Monarch: Legacy of Monsters, an Apple original series.
The world is on fire. I decided to do something about it.
On November 17th.
This place, it's not ours. Believe me.
The most massive event of the year arrives.
If you come with me, you'll know everything, I promise.
Oh my God, go!
Monarch: Legacy of Monsters. Streaming November 17th, only on Apple TV+.
If you've been feeling overwhelmed with anxiety lately, try listening to a guided meditation on the Meditation for Anxiety podcast. Meditation is a proven, natural way to help you calm down and dissolve stress so you can feel lighter and happier. So subscribe for free today to the Meditation for Anxiety podcast by searching for Meditation for Anxiety on your favorite podcast player.
This is Optimal Relationships Daily, episode 1958. 5 Simple Steps to Being a Great Mom by Adina Soclof of ParentingSimply.com. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another parenting episode here on ORD. I'm your host and narrator, Greg Audino, and today's work comes courtesy of parenting content stalwart, Adina Soclof. We have shared so much of her great collection over the years, and are really thankful for all her contributions. And she has another terrific one here for us today, so let's hear her thoughts on how moms can become great as we optimize your life. 5 Simple Steps to Being a Great Mom by Adina Soclof of ParentingSimply.com. Being a mother always seems to bring out our biggest insecurities. When I first became a mom, I was always wondering, was I doing it right? Am I nursing enough times during the day? Is this the way you're supposed to give a bath? As they got older, it got even harder. Should I let him wear his favorite sweater every day? Is it okay that he will only eat macaroni? In the back of my mind, there was always that niggling doubt and that voice that said, "You're doing it all wrong." This was the wrong attitude. After lots of research, I found the art of positive thinking put forth by a new wave of science, positive psychology. Positive psychologists study ways to help people find authentic happiness. Researchers report that using one's strengths allows for greater creativity, productivity, and excellence. Those are all ingredients of professional and career success. It's found to work in people's personal lives as well. Utilizing personal strengths yields greater happiness and feelings of well-being. We can apply this principle to our parenting. The mother who understands her unique strengths will be more comfortable and confident in her parenting abilities. She will be more productive and will be able to better interact with her children and parent more effectively. She and her children will exhibit greater happiness and well-being. Chaim Ganat, an eminent psychologist in the 1960s and 70s, addressed this issue of strengths with his parenting classes. One mother was feeling badly because her child had asked her to volunteer to be the class mother, and she told him no. She complained to Dr. Ganat, "What's the matter with me? Why can't I be like other mothers?" He said firmly, quote, "A question like that only confuses. It presupposes that we should feel like other people. But we don't. We're not other people. We are ourselves. You are you. We come back to the same thing again. We can only feel what we feel. And we really feel differently. Each one of us does. Not only about being class mother, but about everything. One mother loves to bake with her children, and another can't stand having them underfoot in the kitchen. One loves gathering the little ones around to read aloud. Another shudders at the thought. We each have our strengths and our limitations." End quote. Here are 5 questions we can ask ourselves. These questions can help us find our strengths, our uniqueness, our individual style, so that we can parent happily, productively, and effectively. Number 1. What aspect of mothering do you find energizing? What comes easy to you? We often spend a lot of time focusing on our weaknesses. Our dress is wrong for the party. Our house is not clean enough. Our children aren't polite enough. And the neighbor does it all better than we ever could. We need to stop looking at what we think we are doing wrong and concentrate our efforts in searching for our areas of competence. Those are our strengths. It is the part of mothering and nurturing that comes most naturally to us. It's the stuff that makes us feel fulfilled and whole. Think about what you love to do with your kids. Is bath time or feeding your children their favorite foods one of your preferred activities? Do you enjoy cuddling time and curling up to read a good book? Do you love to take your kids out and about town to a new exhibit at a museum? Or do you like making popcorn and watching old movies with everyone on the couch? Somehow, we always push ourselves to do the hard stuff, things we don't like to do. Ironically, our strengths lie in the activities that we do effortlessly. Number 2, when do you feel good about your parenting? Is it the hugs and kisses from your children, or teaching your children to tie their shoes and ride their bike? Do you enjoy when your child shares with you something new that they've learned, like the life cycles of a butterfly or the habits of a beaver? Or do you relish hands-on activities, like arts and crafts or sewing? Most of my clients do not tell me about their best parenting moments. They mostly share the times they messed up. In one of my classes, we decided to change all that. Everyone was required to tell a story of at least one time where they felt they did it all right. Parents realized, hey, I'm not so bad after all. Focus on the positive aspects of your parenting, and you'll gain an appreciation for yourself and all that you do. Number 3, what are your 5 best qualities as a person, and how do you use them to enhance your relationship with your children? Here's a short list of character traits that can help. Honest, cheerful, independent, artistic, wise, athletic, spiritual, fun-loving, laid-back, caring, spontaneous, thoughtful, practical, flamboyant, kind-hearted, brave, logical, calm, discreet, cooperative, brave, giving, punctual, friendly, warm, tactful, adventurous. You want to cultivate your best qualities and find ways to connect with your children using those traits that you are most proud of. If you are a kind-hearted, compassionate person, then empathizing with your child probably comes naturally to you, and you can easily find ways to relate to your child. If you are independent-minded, then teaching your children the life skills to stand on their own 2 feet is something you'll do naturally. A flamboyant and adventurous type mom will teach her children to enjoy life and find joy in the unexpected. Number 4, what aspects of mothering overwhelm you? Be honest with yourself. Some moms are more energetic than others. Get real with yourself, what your capabilities are, and work with them. If you have a low threshold for typical mommy tasks and find yourself often at your wit's end, get help. Hire a babysitter or a cleaning service. If that's not an option, then have a heart-to-heart with your spouse, or get your mother, mother-in-law, or sister to pitch in. Touchy-feely moms might feel overextended because they do too much for their children. Talk to your more independent-minded friend to get tips on how to get your kids to help. Independent moms might balk at an overly sensitive child. Moms who are emotional can return the favor and teach those moms to better deal with the world of emotions. The adventurous mom might have a hard time with the schedule and strictures of painting. You might want to use your imagination to do your chores in a fun and original way. Being realistic with yourself and acknowledging your weaknesses in a soft way allows you to expend your energy on finding creative and practical solutions to manage your limitations. And number 5, what do you do to recharge and relax? Moms need to take time for themselves. It's a necessity. Mothers need to unwind and just be. The demands of family can leave you drained and cranky. Everyone has their own way of relaxing. Find your personal preference. Do you love spinning class, curling up with a good book, a stimulating lecture, or getting together with friends? You can also think about what you loved to do as a child and haven't done in a while. I enjoyed ice skating as a kid. When my daughter took lessons, so did I. I rediscovered a forgotten pastime. Instead of going to the gym, once a week I head to the ice rink. In other words, take note of what relaxes you and try to fit it into your schedule as much as possible. Notice that nowhere in this article are the questions, What does your best friend do as a parent that makes you feel inadequate, and why aren't you trying to copy her? What gives you the most guilt? How did your mother parent, and why haven't you done everything you can to emulate her? To tap into your unique, individual, personal strengths, the questions you need to ask are the ones that force you to turn inward and take a good, deep look at yourself. Our personal strengths are the things that we are naturally good at and give us energy and vitalize us. To increase our joy, contentment, and pleasure in our children and our families, we need to cultivate and build our parenting strengths. Very simply, the key to our happiness and ultimately to our children's happiness is to find what we love about mothering and do more of it. You just listened to the post titled 5 Simple Steps to Being a Great Mom by Adina Soclof of ParentingSimply.com.
Monarch, Legacy of Monsters, an Apple original series.
The world is on fire. I decided to do something about it.
On November 17th,
This place, it's not ours. Believe me.
the most massive event of the year arrives.
If you come with me, you'll know everything, I promise.
My God, go, go, go!
Monarch, Legacy of Monsters, streaming November 17th, only on Apple TV+.
This show is sponsored by Regain Couples Therapy by BetterHelp. Whether you're in the honeymoon phase or partners for life, perfectly content with your partner or going through a rough patch, setting aside time to listen to each other and work through conflicts can transform your relationship. And I can tell you from experience that sometimes the best place to learn how to be the better listener or communicator that your partner needs is in therapy. If your relationship is having ups and downs, or you simply want to work on yourselves together, consider giving Regain a try and see how your relationship can improve, no matter what stage you're at. This is an entirely online form of therapy that's not only helpful, but also designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists at any time for no additional charge. The best relationships are always worth fighting for. Try something new in therapy. Visit regain.com/ORD today to get 10% off your first month. That's regain.com/ORD. And thank you to Adina for diving into the insecurities that many mothers feel when it comes to parenting and providing valuable insights on how to build confidence by leveraging personal strengths. A really strong point is the discussion around the idea of looking inward rather than outward to discover our own unique parenting strengths. Too often, parents, especially mothers, are just bombarded with societal standards and judgments on quote-unquote proper parenting. And this can create a strong sense of inadequacy, especially when comparing oneself to others. However, the article emphasizes that every mother has her own unique strengths, and that embracing them can lead to more authentic and effective parenting. Instead of trying to emulate others, mothers should recognize and celebrate their own natural abilities, ensuring a more genuine connection with their children. Chaim Ganat's perspective that every individual feels and acts differently, that further emphasizes the importance of authenticity. Recognizing that every mother has her own strengths and limitations allows for a more positive and forgiving self-view. So ultimately, the key takeaway here is that to be a fulfilled and effective parent, one must embrace their unique strengths and not be swayed by external judgments or comparisons. But that'll do it for today, folks. Moms, I hope you enjoyed this article. I hope you took something from it, and I thank you so much for listening through to the end. Have a great Friday, everyone, if you're listening in real time, and I hope to see you over the weekend for more ORD. That's where your optimal life awaits.